climate-friendly combustion on Earth. The next combustion experiment wasn't trying to keep a flame burning, it was trying to put it out. Angel Aboud Madrid, a professor at the Colorado School of Mines, is the lead scientist for the MIST experiment. Water is used to put out common fires, but it can often do more damage than the actual fire. Fine water mist is being studied as an alternative fire suppressant.
So this will be used in places like airplanes, ships, commercial cooking areas, libraries, every enclosed space where water damage is a concern.
Water mist has many advantages. It's non-toxic, inexpensive, and more efficient than current sprinkler systems.
Just think about, for example, a place like the National Gallery of Art, the Library of Congress, where you can use just enough water to put out the fire and not destroy centuries-old documents or priceless pieces of art. That will be an excellent application of this technology.
Angel's experiment was one of the most challenging experiments for the crew to learn. They had to know the inner workings of every piece of hardware and know how to troubleshoot in orbit if anything went wrong.
They were very well trained, and they were our ears and our hands, and they were the best people to have up there. This is the actual apparatus that the crew trained with. It's a replica of the real apparatus, the one that they actually had up in space. You form a cloud, a very dense cloud, like a dense fog, in this section of the tube. We measure what the concentration is, what the droplet size is. Once this cloud is uniform, and that happens in microgravity because there's no gravity, it doesn't fall, it doesn't settle. Then we open the iris, and now we have one section with water and the other one without. So then we proceed to ignite the mixture, and there's an igniter that is located right here.
All the crew training paid off, but in more ways than one. The crew and Angel formed a true friendship.
And everybody is waving at Angel. Everybody here knows Angel. And here comes a wave from Mike Anderson and Dave Brown. And the Angel song is going on here.
And Angel says to send you all a big hug.
Copy, and Angel, you cannot believe this is happening, but here we are, and the EMS is almost ready to go in.
The experiment teams sit across the hall from John Charles's group in the Payload Control Center. The MIST team brings along their camera to document these once-in-a-lifetime experiences. The MIST experiment is next on the timeline, but something is wrong.
Mike let us know. He called down and say, guys, there's a problem here. The pressure is not going as low as you told us it was going to. We were 12 hours into the experiment, nothing was working. At that moment, there was no more crew time available.
Angel and his team work on the solution to their problem, while Mission Control discusses the timeline. 12 hours later, precious time is ticking, but his team has discovered the source of the problem.
The first thing we thought, well, there's a problem with this line, which is the one that it connects to the gas chromatograph, the one that measures the content of propane and air. We tried to locate what was available up there to fix the problem. And the solution was to kink the line, just like you would do with a water hose, a garden hose.
The solution has been found, but there is no crew time available. But Casey comes to the rescue. She offers to work through her scheduled half-day off, giving up her first chance to really relax and enjoy the view from space. The MIST team is back in business.
She called down and said that she was ready to help us in any way that she could, even in her off-duty time. So once we had that opportunity, we immediately sent the procedure up. She received that and started working on that.
Years of hard work all come down to this moment. Angel and his crew wait nervously for any response from KC.
Brad, Rick is with the camcorder, and he's going to try to point out in the areas of interest. And what I'm going to do is show you how the kink was formed in the GC line by Rick and myself. So here is the first kink in the GC line as shown in your drawing.
Once we were back into operational mode, things were connected, the key was pressed to again evacuate the tube, and this time we just saw the pressure going all the way down. And needless to say, there was boundless excitement down there. We were screaming and we were just so excited. We started dancing and having just a great time down there because we knew that that had solved the problem. We have not seen the mist or not a single flame, but we knew we were in safe territory due to the help of KC.
I just feel really, really good deep down in my heart that mist is working, and the mist team must be feeling really, really good. So please pass my best to Angel and all the people who are working on this. I'm just very happy for them.
As a young girl in India, Kalpana Chawla chased airplanes at the military school near her home. She came to the United States to get her doctorate in aerospace engineering and to follow her dreams of flying. KC had been in space before, in 1997, but was especially excited about this all-science mission. KC is the consummate perfectionist, and her dedication to the team and the experiments benefits the mission in many important ways.
She's very quiet and unassuming, but so extremely knowledgeable on everything. KC would come in first a lot, or we'd put her first because we knew she would mark the procedures up so well that the other three wouldn't have to do it. KC was that good.
KC has broken many traditions, as well as stereotypes.
The interesting thing about KC, she was always very focused. But on break times, we'd chat, and she told me once about she's married to a musician. And she talked about going to see Deep Purple, and it just cracked me up thinking about KC.